Good morning, students. Today we'll see the magnet vibrating in uniform magnetic field. In the last lecture we have seen the angular SHM and its differential equation, that we got the relation as the torque is directly proportional to theta. This relation we have seen. This theta is nothing but the angular displacement. Now we'll see that same in the magnetic field, that is the vibration, that is a magnet vibrating in the uniform magnetic field. That is the magnetic pole, it is placed in the uniform magnetic field, then how it is behave or whether it shows the SHM or not, that we have to show. So before that whether the magnet shows the SHM or not, we'll see some basic things. That is, this is suppose the magnet is having the two poles, that is the north and the south pole. The north, we know the relation that between north and north, if we place the other magnet in near to this magnet, and if we brought the north and north pole near, then in north and north there is repulsion, we know, and in south and south pole, if we bring the other magnet and put the south pole here, then again in south and south there is repulsion. In between north and south there is force of attraction. We know all these basic things. So here this north pole and the south pole, they have some strength, that is called the pole strength. That is called the strength of that particular pole, and that is called the pole strength. Pole strength of the north pole and the pole strength of the south pole. Let it be Q, plus Q for the north pole and minus Q, that is the pole strength of the south pole. And between these two poles, the distance between these two poles, that is equal to 2L. That is equal to 2 into L. This is the distance between the two poles. Here we will see the new term, that is the mu, is the magnetic dipole moment. Magnetic dipole moment. This magnetic dipole moment, that is the mu, is equal to Q into 2L. This relation we have to use here. So uniform magnetic fields, what I am saying, that uniform magnetic field is denoted by the parallel lines. So if suppose these are the parallel lines and it shows the uniform magnetic field, this magnetic field lines, these are the magnetic field lines, they go from north pole to the south pole. That is this arrow, that is they are going from north pole to the south pole. That is, we can say the magnetic field lines goes from north to south pole, right? So here if we place the magnetic pole here like this, we'll draw the more lines and the north and south, then what happen, this north pole, this north field, it will repel this north pole, that is the magnetic will move like this, and this south there will be repulsion. This north pole, it is attracted by this south, so the magnet will tend to move like this. It is suppose like this, it will tend to move like this, because this magnet, it is placed in the uniform magnetic field. So this is nothing but, that means the force acting on the north pole in this direction, it F1 suppose, and other force, it is F2, it is acting in this direction. That is, this F1 and F2, they are equal and opposite. That is, F1 is equal to F2, but they are in the opposite direction. That so this produces, this equal and opposite forces produces the torque. That is, this equal and opposite forces produces torque, that is nothing but the restoring torque, that tends to move the magnet to the equilibrium position, that is nothing but the restoring torque. So because of this uniform magnetic field, the magnet will be tend to like this. If suppose this is the magnetic field and the magnet, it is placed in the magnetic field and it moves like this, so it attains the equilibrium position, the south pole, and here is the north pole after placing in the magnetic field. Then what happened if this given some angular displacement, if some it is still and it is given, that is if this magnetic like this and it is given some angular displacement, that is it is forming some angle, then because of this angular displacement theta, the magnet will tilt like this. If suppose it is like this, and it will form an angle. Suppose this is the pole and this will form the angle theta. This is nothing but the angular displacement. And as this magnet it is tilt, that is it is moved through the angle theta, this opposite forces towards both the poles, that produce the torque, that is nothing but a restoring torque. Here we have seen this restoring torque, and this restoring torque will tend to move or tend to bring the magnet to its equilibrium position or the original position. So next, now we'll move ahead, that is the magnet vibrating in uniform magnetic field. Now we'll see the vibrations in the uniform magnetic field. So here, if a bar magnet is freely suspended in the uniform magnetic field, this is the uniform magnetic field and the bar magnet, it is hang in the middle and it is freely suspended. And then what happens if theta is a small angular displacement? Initially the magnetic like this and it is given some displacement. Magnet is like this, it is given some displacement. Then this is the original position suppose, and this angle is formed, that is the theta. So and here it is bring to this position and it is released. Then what happen? It will move like this, right? So these theta is nothing but the small angular displacement, and if it is released, then it starts performing the angular oscillations like this. Then next, if mu is the magnetic dipole moment and B is the magnetic field, this magnetic field, and because of this movement from the equilibrium position, the restoring forces are developed, and that is nothing but the restoring torque. This restoring torque too, it will tend to bring the magnet to its equilibrium position, that is the equilibrium position, rest position. So then this tau or restoring torque is equal to mu into B sine of theta. Will take the sine of this angle. So if this theta is very small, as we have seen in the previous article also, this theta should be very small. So if this theta is small, that is angular displacement is small, then we can write sine of theta is approximately equal to theta. It is like this. So this equation becomes, this equation number 1 becomes restoring torque is equal to mu into B, that is into theta. If this theta is moving in the clockwise position, that is if it is moving in the clockwise like this, then the torque will move in the opposite direction. If this magnet is moving like this, then the torque will act in this direction. It will tend to bring it original position. If the magnet is moving like this, that is if angular displacement is in this direction, then the torque will move in the opposite direction. That is, it will act in the opposite direction. That means we can say the direction of the theta, that is angular displacement, and the torque, it is opposite to each other. So we can write this restoring torque is equal to minus mu B into theta. Here this I into alpha, the torque is also given as I into alpha. This I is nothing but the moment of inertia of this bar magnet, this moment of inertia, and alpha is nothing but the angular acceleration. So here I have written this equation again, that is Restoration torque is equal to I into alpha is equal to minus mu b into theta. Instead of sin theta, we have written here theta, as this theta is small. So the equation for acceleration, it becomes alpha is equal to, this alpha is equal to, this I will go here in the division, that is we have minus mu b upon I into theta. If these terms are constant, that is the mu, b and I. If these are constant, then we can say these are constant, then alpha is equal to minus of theta. That is the this angular acceleration is equal to minus of theta. So it is directly proportional to minus of theta. Therefore, we can say angular acceleration is directly proportional to angular displacement. And here this negative sign indicates that both are acting in the opposite direction. They are oppositely directed. Therefore, we can say, and the condition for the SHM, whether it is the angular SHM or the linear SHM, that we have seen that force is directly proportional to the displacement and they are oppositely directed. So here the same, that is alpha, this angular acceleration which is responsible for the movement of the bar magnet, that is and the theta angular displacement, they are oppositely directed and they are directly proportional. So we can say this motion, it is nothing but the SHM, that is as it is in the angular form, so we can say it is an angular SHM. The next is the period of the vibration of magnet. We know that this T is equal to 2 pi upon angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. That is angular acceleration per unit angular displacement, that is it is 2 pi upon angular acceleration is alpha into alpha divided by theta. T is equal to 2 pi upon omega, we know that, and instead of omega we can write alpha by theta. So that is angular acceleration per unit angular displacement. So this T is equal to 2 pi. Here alpha by theta we have mu b upon I. So we can write I upon mu b. So this will be the period of the vibration of the magnet.